Welcome to the Innovation Squadcast. If you're looking for a podcast about instructional strategies enhanced by technology, you came to the right place. In our conversations, we'll talk to tech experts, share ideas and strategies to help you build your toolbox with tools that you can use in your class immediately.
Welcome back. Your dreams for you. Take it out.
Welcome back. We are really excited about this school year and excited that teachers will be coming back here shortly and students. And so we are starting off with our Welcome Back podcast. I'm Lindy Valachek.
I'm Jimmy Kate.
I'm Nicole Lapointe.
I'm Pam Hubler.
I'm Kendall Lloyd.
Priscilla Calcutt.
Phil Sheridan.
Jeremy Osborne.
And we would like to welcome Kendall to her first official Innovation Squadcast podcast. She's our new member of our team, so we're really excited to have her.
She's a veteran, though. She helped us out last year in letting us come in and teach about robotics at her school, so that was really nice.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about all the highlights for the upcoming school year and ways that the Innovation Squad can support teachers this year. So I'll start out with social media. You guys know how much I love social media,
Absolutely.
But not just for personal. I love it for professional. I'm always looking to be better at my job, as we all are. And so I use social media to kind of for professional development. And so we want to share different ways that you can use social media to help you grow as a teacher or an educator. So just a couple of different ways that we are on social media. We have our Facebook page, BCSD Innovation Squad, the Twitter page, Instagram, our podcast, which we're doing right now, and also our YouTube. And with YouTube, we are trying this year to make sure that we are posting videos as much as possible. So make sure you are checking out some of those videos. We love, like I said, social media for PD. It's a very informal way to get PD. I know we all use it. We also are using like TikTok, which we don't have a TikTok account, but a great way to learn some quick tips and tricks. Yeah. We're putting any kind of updates that we have through the technology department, and we love highlighting teachers. So as you're doing some awesome things in your classroom, please make sure that you're reaching out to your ILC so that we can post about you.
And that's what I'm most excited about this year, is being able to work inside of schools, let teachers reach out, and then be able to help them and help their students find creation tools and tech tools. And if they want to, investigate and try to use some project-based learning, that's what I'm really excited about, helping out some teachers this year. We went to the conference and Thursday and really looked at that student-based, project-based learning model. And I'm really excited about bringing some of those things this year as well. So.
Yeah, I'm watching John Spencer at the Personalized Learning conference we got to go to on Thursday. That was amazing because he talks about student-centered learning and personalized learning, and we're lucky enough to, in this district, actually have a state version of the personalized learning department. So we have a lot of support, and I actually linked a bunch of the resources to the show notes, so that way teachers can go ahead and get all the resources and professional development options. We have our framework, so that way you can kind of have an idea of, how you can have that student ownership and, learning pathways. And with us, we like to show teachers how they can also integrate technology along with that, because personalized learning isn't technology, but technology does make it a lot easier. So there's a lot of resources there. So I'm excited about more personalized learning this year.
Absolutely.
I want to jump back to Lindy when she was talking about the social media account. One thing that's really neat, I love when they come up, is whenever a tech tip is shared that way. Maybe very, very simple, but just some of those shortcuts and things like that make your life easier and more efficient.
More apt to try it as well.
I was thinking that too, because then when one teacher shares it, the other one, it kind of just
Snowballs.
Yeah, totally.
And there's no bad tip. I mean, we talk about it in here all the time. How did you do that? And we always say, I thought everybody knew how to do that.
And stay tuned. We'll have a tech tip at the end of this
right.
episode. So if you're listening again, you'll be able to hear it. And then if you're watching, we'll actually have a video that kind of goes over the tech tip. So it'll be right at the end of this episode. So
the PL little mini conference was fabulous with John Spencer. I think it helped us remember too that some of the things that we're doing in Berkeley, we're making strides. And when we think about those work and life skills, how students are using those in day-to-day basis through that project-based learning, I think it really emphasized how important that those things are for not only for students to be successful now, but for later in their careers. And often we hear from the workforce that those are some things that our students are missing whenever they first go out into the workforce. So I love the fact that we can utilize technology and other things to help kids work on those simple skills that are necessary for life.
This year, we're going to be able to bring the truck into it and start bringing the truck out to schools. So, Phil, you want to kind of talk a little bit about how the truck can support those?
Yeah, so our iTow truck, our innovative technology on wheels, back at it again this fall. This year, the focus is a little bit more on, I guess, being focused. Last year, it was about getting out, making sure everybody got a chance to see it, everything that was in it. This year, we when we go out to schools, we'll have more of a focus on particular experiences that the students can have. For example, robotics. You may be learning about robotics in school, and we want to come out there and make those career connections, the STEM connections, technology connections for students. So teachers will be able to sign up for those sorts of things versus bring everything out and kind of try to wow everybody with everything we have.
Moving beyond that exploration
beyond
stage.
that just exploration and
Absolutely.
really dive down into some of the innovative technology that we do have on there and learn more about it than just seeing it.
That was an exploration for us too, as a team, figuring out which way to set up the truck and what we're going to bring and all that other stuff. But it was really great to bring all those things out there, especially a lot of the maker stuff that we brought.
Yeah, the truck gives us an opportunity to bring those things out to schools, but we also had the innovative grants at the end of last year.
Absolutely, yeah.
That we had many schools take advantage of, and we're really excited to get all those things out to all of the schools, all of our VR and podcasting, lasers, 3D printers, and then to provide that support for those schools as well. So we've got some professional development set up. We're going to have some virtual series, our maker series, hopefully coming back here soon to get you back into that stuff. We'll have some in-person sessions where we can come out and help do those and teach you how to use your lasers and teach you how to do all the podcasting. And then, of course, we have our innovation summits where we'll have sessions here in the Maker Hub where we can teach everybody how to use those different tools to do all the maker stuff. So you don't have to have the truck to do those kind of things.
Absolutely.
You can do some of that stuff right at your school.
And I was just going to say, like, even if we're planning with somebody at the school before we bring the truck out, it doesn't mean that everything has to be done when the truck is there. Some of the stuff can be pre-planned or can be worked on ahead of time. And especially if you have some of the equipment, that's great. Some of it could be some of the hands-on stuff they're doing in their classrooms as well. So it won't just be, oh, the truck is coming that day, that's all we get it for. It'll be prepping before and then how it extends after the truck as well.
And Nicole, I love that every student in Berkeley County now has the opportunity to have access to some of this innovation, whereas before, if you didn't go to a certain school and they didn't purchase these things, then you were kind of out of luck. Now everybody in Berkeley County has that opportunity.
Right. That was the whole goal behind it.
Yes. So not only do the students have the opportunity, teachers have the opportunity. So be sure to mark your calendars, and because you don't want to miss these. So October 14th, November 18th, January 20th, and March 17th, we have our innovation summits coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we are so excited. So let us know if there's something you would like to learn more about. With that being said, we have personalized PDs from your ILCs to help make your instruction better, even better than it already is. And then Jimmy was telling me that you can actually receive PD credits from this listening to the Squadcast,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. So if you go into Unified Talent, you search for the Squadcast podcast PD. You watch or listen to 2 episodes, and then there's a Google form that you get to reflect a little bit on the episode. and then you get an hour credit for every 2 episodes, and you can do that all throughout the year. And for every 2 episodes we put out, we try to put out one every week. Sometimes it's more like every other week, but you'll get opportunities to get an hour for that credit, and it's just a really good opportunity to learn on the go as you're riding into work, or
That's an easy way
sit in your
to-
class. So,
PD.
We've
Yeah.
had some people reach out about that, excited that was actually PD, because they love podcast, listening to podcasts, and they were like, wow, I'm actually getting credit for this, and then I'm learning about things going on at different schools and reaching out to them. So
Absolutely.
it's a win-win.
And Jimmy, we can link that on our show notes for
Sure.
any Berkeley County School District
Absolutely.
educators. That way they can just click and it'll take you straight to
Yep.
that.
And we think about all the new educators to Berkeley. There may be some of you out there that are asking yourself, well, what is the Innovation Summit? We want you to know that the Innovation Summit is a type of mini conference where we try to work with the different school level teachers, instructional coaches, and others, really to bring in ideas and share what they're doing in their classroom, some things that maybe they're just getting started using technology with. And some of them have become quite the expert in what they're doing, and they're also going to share those. But it's a place for everyone. We have all different types of PD. They're focused around strands such as personalized learning, maybe Maker if you're interested in that. So we would love to invite you guys to attend those days. That's something that you'll want to get with your administrator about. And this year, that some of those days are on teacher work days. Some of them are on during the regular school year. But if they're during that regular school year, school day, the way that it works is you go to your administrator, and then your administrator would approve it, and you would get a substitute and come out for the full day of learning.
We
It's a
have a
fun
lot
time.
of repeat offenders who once they present one time, either we keep reaching out or they're like, I really liked this
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I'm coming back, and can I present about this or this topic?
There's
So-
always something you can take.
right.
Yes. And also join us on our podcast. We love to have educators on the podcast.
Absolutely. Yep.
That way we're hearing from teachers, and teachers can learn from other teachers.
Absolutely.
Everyone has something to share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't think of it
Yes.
as like, well, I don't know enough. I mean, that you can learn something from everyone.
Right.
Like I said earlier, we learn from each
Yes.
other in this office all the time. We're like, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how often that's said in here.
In my mind every day.
Yeah.
This is going to be your
Yeah.
year.
So speaking of learning, you still have the Lightspeed Classroom PDs, the Safari Montage PDs, and Phil's going to talk more about Schoology. Said it right, Phil.
Oh, yes. Say it a little louder for the people in the
Yeah.
back to hear.
Schoology.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to offer some Schoology PD as well. So go ahead and talk
A
about
lot
it.
of new teachers coming on board this year with
Right.
Schoology. We've got our Schoology implementation course for elementary and secondary. It's the same course. We just kind of split up the two different groups of teachers to make the course numbers a little smaller. But it's a good way to go through and learn in kind of a scaffolding way how to use Schoology in your classroom. You get 30 PD credit hours for it. It's definitely does not take 30 hours to do the course.
Right.
So it's a pretty easy way to get a lot of credits and prepare yourself for the school
We're
year.
providing some different options, right, this year as far as how they can get it, correct?
Yeah. They're remember that Schoology is really geared toward grades 3 through 12. And the course that Phil was talking about, when you open it up, it can be kind of intimidating because there's lots of assignments, but know that those assignments can go very, very quickly. Like you said, it doesn't take those 30 hours. We're going to have that, which is self-paced, where you can take your own time. You can do it at home. You can do as much as you want to at a time, or as little. And then we have also some face-to-face sessions that are coming up, and those are going to be a series of 4 face-to-face sessions, and that should allow you to get through that coursework, but have someone there to help facilitate and support you should you get stuck. Another way that you can also get a jump start to it is during those district PD days
Yep.
on that Thursday and Friday.
11th and 12th.
Yes.
Yeah, the 11th and 12th. So you can come in and there will be a facilitator there, and you can get a jump start, and you can really probably get through all of Module 1
Yeah.
and possibly some of Module 2. And there are only 3 modules. And the third one, I think, is kind of the shortest one and the easiest one.
Right.
So think about those 3 options and see which best fits you. And congratulations to all the folks that finished up last year trying to get that head start on Schoology. I think we had over 1,000 enroll, and so we're happy to see some of those folks.
And all of those, all of those people that took that course, they still have the course in their Schoology, so they have that as a reference because, that was the other goal for the course. Is there's a lot of videos in there and how-to resources, and refer back to that when you're trying to. I forgot how to attach a Google how to create a Google assignment. Well, it was in one of your modules, and there's a video on it to refresh.
Right.
And then the other thing we're adding in, it's in the Berkeley County resources. So if you go to resources and then into the Berkeley County group, there are parent help resources in there, and there's going to be student resources in there as well. So keep an eye out for that stuff to pull into your Schoology course so that everybody that needs to be on board can get on board.
Yeah, and Mondays.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and Mondays we have
Yep.
we all of us here open up the virtual support so you can get on Google Meet with any of us and say this is what I'm trying to do, and we can get you going with it. So
There's also the help center in the bottom right-hand corner, which a bunch of us have gone to just for some how-tos. There's videos, there's PDFs, there's GIFs.
Yep.
So that's really helpful too if you just want to, click on that little S in the
To tie
lower
back
right-hand
to the
corner.
beginning, which was social media on our BCSD
Yes.
YouTube page, we also have a Schoology playlist as well that has different videos and things like that as well.
Yes.
So
most all the videos that are embedded in the Schoology course are hosted
right.
on that Schoology
So
playlist.
it's
So you
for a
can-
quick resource.
if you want to bookmark that, you may want to go there.
Definitely want to bookmark it.
I like that tech tip.
Another tech tip, which I was actually talking to them, being new from the classroom, I didn't know that I had to submit the Google form to get your credit. So be sure to do that.
Yep,
It's at the
absolutely.
very bottom.
Yes.
All the-
Slash your
I
module
totally
3.
missed it, but now I have them.
Yeah, I think people get down to the very last thing and they're like done, but
Yes.
they forget that there's that Google form at the very bottom to submit so you can get that PD credit,
Right.
which is pretty important.
Very excited that everybody joined us, and we're excited for the school year. Make sure you keep checking out the podcast, check out your PD options, make sure that you reach out to any of us, and we're more than happy to help support you in any way and just have a great school year. And we're excited. We'll see you guys out in there. So make sure you stick around for our tech tip of the week this week. This week it's on Google Docs and adding in drop-down menus. So this week's quick tech tip comes to us from Google. In this case, we want to insert a drop-down menu into Google Docs. So when we're ready, come up to Insert, select Drop Down. You're going to have preset options, or you're going to have the options that you've already created. In this case, I'm going to create a new drop down. We're just going to call it Configuration 3. Once you're in here, again, you can name it whatever you want. You can also change the colors so that you get a nice, clear picture of whatever data you are trying to collect. You can move them around. You can delete, you can add. Once you're ready and you have it saved, or you're good to go, click Save, and now your drop-down menu is ready to go. A real nice place to put this is inside of a table. If I create a table, same situation, insert, drop-down. In this case, I want to look at maybe whatever the project status, and same thing here now. They can now select, and I get a nice clear data inside of Google Docs with the drop-down menu. Quick tip of the week. Thank you guys for being here, and then thanks everybody at home for watching and listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.